Joe Rogan praises Trump for perfect answer, declaring he would end Russia-Ukraine war as president. Trump said, "If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day." Podcast host Joe Rogan and stand-up comedian Duncan Trussell slammed Democrats for abandoning their anti-war beliefs, and praised former President Trump for advocating for peace in Ukraine as the threat of nuclear war looms. Joe Rogan spoke on a recent episode of his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, about how the anti-war left of his youth has largely disappeared, suggesting Trump is one of very few leaders trying to bring the Russia-Ukraine conflict to a close. The podcast host also condemned the raw aspect of some politicians' political rhetoric about the Russia-Ukraine war, which he described as a very complex issue. Trussell quipped that it is like a pep rally for murdering people. Rogan then lamented that the anti-war left of his youth is missing in action, saying establishment Democrats and Republicans appear united to prolong the war in Ukraine. They're all united on this idea that they should continue. There's no one, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, he observed, recalling that Democrats of the past were always anti-war, always. He went on to say, "This is the first time where the Democrats are like wholesale buying the narrative and we have to stop Putin. We have to support Ukraine." I mean, how many Democrat, peaceful people that used to have syringes in their Twitter bio now have a Ukraine flag? Rogan praised Trump for his rhetoric in a CNN town hall in May, where the 2024 candidate boasted he could end the Russia-Ukraine war overnight if he were re-elected president. "If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours, Trump declared, saying he would meet with presidents of both countries. When Trump was asked whether he wants Ukraine or Russia to win the war, he answered, "I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying. And I'll have that done. I'll have that done in 24 hours. I'll have it done. You need the power of the presidency to do it." Rogan described Trump's answer as perfect, and mocked CNN for trying to make a gotcha moment out of a subject that literally has the fate of the world in front of it, noting the possibility of nuclear war as people are flippantly supporting this continued conflict with no talk at all about some sort of a compromise. Trussell expressed his shock that Trump's statement was seen as so controversial. "I always thought that was sort of the general consensus, like among people who are sane, was it's not good to blow each other up.